Alright guys, I am back from sunny Queensland. Thanks very much for keeping the borders open for me. The good news about that is that I don't have to quarantine and I don't have to do any of the brain ticklers. Anyway, so a couple of things have happened since I've been away. I was gone for about a week and some cool shit happened. So number one that I'm going to show you is that we have finally sold the 300C. So here she is, ready to go. Money's in the bank account. So someone very lucky is getting this fully spec'd. A bit of work done. 300C. It's off to New South Wales. It has been a good car. It mainly lived in the shed, but it was a bit of a tire roaster. I just took it for a test drive to make sure everything's working fine on it, and good news is that everything is working good. As soon as you plant it, the rears light up. That's what you want from a big V8, so happy days. Just a quick update on this because I don't think that I talked you through it last time. So for those who don't know, this is a G37. It's like a 370Z in a tuxedo. Has L plates on it because my cousin is almost got his license. So we have a new front grille here for it. It's got the twin Stillen air intakes. We just got a whole new brake upgrade to slotted rotors and Brembo pads because that's what it needs. It's rocking 370Z wheels. We've got an exhaust on the way, full carbon fiber interior, or steering wheel I should say, and then it's going to be wrapped matte black, and then I'll just keep encouraging him for a twin supercharger, or single supercharger, or twin turbo I should say. So on today's mission, and this is really cool guys, I'm pretty excited to do this one. I got started already and then I was like, you know what, I should film this and show you all. So there's a 370, 350, oh my god, my brain. So there's a 350 Haze. Nothing really new going on with that. Took it out last night, bit of fun. Today is all about this bad boy. So last time I would have shown you this, I just told you about what we were doing. So we've got the front bar on here, as you can see, the alpha bar. We've also got the flares put on, ready to go, and we're going to be cutting them back and then molding it into the alpha bar here. So also while I was away, I ordered a triple carby set from ProCarb. So I'll put the originals back on just to get it through ID inspection, and then once I've got it passed, we will cut out this so we've got extra room, and then we'll put on the triple carby, and which I'll show you shortly. We've also got new extractors to go on as well. It's not going to be a speed freak, but it's going to sound so good. So let's go and have a look at some of the parts that we got. Alright, so we love a bit of an unboxing here. As you can see, I've already pulled out this side suspension because we have the old rotors here. These are shitty and crap. So we've got some good pads and some slotted rotors. We've also got some KYB shocks that go in here. And the really cool thing, which I'll show you during the build process, but you take off this top hat, compress these springs, and then you can undo the shock on the inside, and unlike a traditional one which just sort of drops in and out, the old shocks actually live inside this case, and it's full of oil. So you have to tip all of the oil out, put the new shock in, screw the top back on, and then you now have a gas shock, which is a heaps better upgrade. So really cool, happy with that. Also guys, if you don't have these are Quickjacks. These are the best investment everyone who owns a garage should have Quickjacks. Like, I'd even say, for me, it's more convenient than having a hoist. Says the guy without a hoist yet, but that's coming. But yeah, I really recommend these, man. These are so good. So they just sit, they have locking pins here, so they're safe as houses, way safer than a regular jack. You can get all four corners up and down. Oops, should probably shut that. And then it just runs off a little air compressor. It's actually really cool. So let's have a look at some of the stuff we got. These are AR racing wheels, which we'll be putting on. They are 9s on the fronts and 10s on the rear. They fill these guards out perfectly. And all you'll see with a bit of stretch is a little bit of lip poking. The stance on this is going to be phenomenal. So these are our new brakes. And they, as you can see, significantly better than the old brakes. So we're putting them on, and then I'll go and have a look at what else we've got. Just to modern things up a bit, we got, first problem. Never trust eBay. Spot the difference. They're supposed to be black, like this. So this is the new headlight, and it is gorgeous. I love things that are different, and I love doing things that are different to cars. So for me, this was the perfect option. It replaces the stock headlight. Yeah, that's gonna look badass. How alien-esque, I love it. Oh, and you can see haze in the reflection. But yeah, I'm gonna have to, there's obviously gonna be a hold up on that now, because I need to send that back to the idiots from eBay. All right, let's see what else we've got. So the next thing we have, that's my new extractors. Now, I don't know if you remember what the old ones look like, but my God, artwork. How much nicer is that? So that with a set of triple pro carbs on there, and with the manifold, I mean, it is gonna look fucking insane in there. I cannot wait. But unfortunately, that'll have to be for another video, because I still have to pass ID inspection. So I'm even rolling through ID inspection with these bolt-on flares, but we haven't cut anything yet. And that's because it's not illegal to have the flares on, so obviously they're going to know what's coming, but I don't think they'll pass me on an ID inspection with cut panels. I don't know, I'm just not risking it. The duckbill spoiler. This is the KYB shock for the front that we have to put in. There's already one on the other side, and then in here, this one, be right back. This one's going to take me a little while to unpackage. All right, I'm back. So I know some of you are going to be a bit disappointed in this, but look, I ummed and ahed for a long time about the route that I was going to go with this car. I think the reality is that I'm going to keep the engine what the engine is. I was going to look at putting a Barrett in it or an SR20, but I'm not keeping the car. I'm gonna love it and enjoy it for a few months, and we'll get some footage of it rolling through the hills and stuff, but at the end of the day, it just needs to look clean and go hard. So at the moment it has the standard suspension. Even in the front with the red springs that you saw, they are standard height. So ordered a set of King springs for it. So we have front and rear. There's the fronts, there's the rears, so we'll pop them in, and it should sit significantly lower because currently it is riding like a monster truck. So not everything is here for the car yet, but the work's going to start today. I also needed to get the mirrors. I've got the standard mirrors there, but I feel like you can't have the JDM icon without having the front fender mounted mirrors. I think that's it. I think that's the only thing. Once I fix the headlights, and then it's off to paint with matte. So He's from Static Flow Paints, and he's going to do this whole thing because you can see how rough the paint is, and I love this. I love that the bonnet opens this way. It's so friggin' cool. But you can see she needs a bit of love. So we're going to go Bayside Blue, the GDR Blue with, or maybe a bit darker, maybe the 350 Z Blue, but with a heavy flake through it, so it really pops in the sunlight. And then it's got to go off to Wilshire or similar and get the interior retrimmed. I actually have a set of factory trim for this, which is really cool. Super happy with that. The guy who bought it originally knew that the Australian sun would eat the leather, so he was smart enough to buy new trim, and it's still in the boxes, and I've got that, so we'll put all that in. One of the other things that must be done, it's just part of this exhaust, is I've cut the exhaust off under here, so you can see that. It used to have a muffler there. It's really loud. I did that because the muffler was rusted through, so I had to replace it anyway. So that's today. I've got Dan coming down later from Crown and Pinion. He is the Z guy. He is the Z guru. So if you're going to do anything Z related, even old Zs, Dan's the dude. No, I don't think he's done a 260Z before, but he's done a hell of a lot of work on Hayes. And many other 350s and 370s. He's also going to be doing the work on the G37, and he's more than happy to come and help us out with the 260Z. Also, I name all my cars. I'm just not having any luck coming up with a name for this one, so let me know if you guys can come up with something. And the end game. In the last video I did tell you guys that we were gonna finish this and then drive it and then flip it to enjoy to finish this, but now I really want the 400Z. So I don't know if I use the money from this to buy the 400Z and then just start tapping this out of my personal funds, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm torn. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll wait for Dan to get here and then we'll get stuck into fixing this. And I think a bit later on as well, Josh is rocking up in his 370Z that's supercharged. The thing is ridiculous. It destroyed a lot of cars at roll racing at the Bend in the video that you guys would have seen. And we found out that it had belt slip the whole time and the pulley wasn't the right size, and so now it's even faster again. The thing is stupid. I love it, and that should be rocking up today for a quick battery change, so I'll show you guys that as well. Alright, I'll see you in a little while. Oh, look who it is. I was about to do an intro and say we're back and the whole family returned. Hey buddy.
Oh, inside.
Hey buddy.
Come on, get a drink.
Get me a drink.
Do you want a CC?
Yeah, I want a CC. You left Ron out. Oh, Ron. Oh, those bastards. Alright, so this is the 370 from the roll racing video. Josh, tell us what's changed.
Oh, well, smaller pulley and
So
an anti-slip pulley to keep the belt tight.
Because at the roll racing video, this car was, we didn't know it at the time, but the belt was slipping the whole time, so he wasn't even making max power. So we'll have to go back again.
I was losing about 6 pounds of boost.
6 pounds of boost is fucking heaps. So what are we doing today?
Have to change the battery.
Why?
Low fuel pressure, so I'm going to see if it's either that or the fuel pump.
So you've ordered a new fuel pump?
Yeah, and if it's the battery, I'll return the fuel pump if the battery isn't performing
Yeah.
well, since the battery's been flat a couple of times, so
That sucks.
yeah.
Alright. Well, because we're probably not going to film the change of a battery, do you just want to give it a start up so that people can hear and annoy my neighbours? Give it a stab. Sounds so good. tried to finish it, but as usual, nothing works.
Too close, a little too close.
So the issue we had that time is that nothing is ever straightforward. So the D34 battery, which is what we just put in there, it's a deep cycle battery to try and fix the fuel pressure issue. The issue that we just had with that is that the terminals are on the wrong side. So essentially the battery is useless. Now poor Josh just spent 400 bucks on a new battery, and because you have to remove the plastic to try and attach the terminals, they may not return it for him. He actually needs the D35 battery, where the terminals are on the other side. So just make sure you guys, for future, learn from that mistake, because you may not be able to return the battery. So we'll see. If he gets another one, then we'll put it in. The reason he needed help doing that was because the battery itself is way too small, like it's low. So we had to create a rubber buffer to lift it, and then cut that to size. It actually took a fair while. It probably took us an hour all up. And then when we got to the easy part, which is putting in the battery, just bad luck, unfortunately. So yeah, if anyone wants a cheap D34 deep cycle battery, hit us up. All right, that's that part done. I'll wait for Dan, and we'll get stuck into the rest. You're so cute, and you're so cute. You guys are the cutest. Yeah. So my shed's a bit of a shit show. I have stuff everywhere, and I need a 10mm socket, which is that magical one. And as per usual, I've lost them. So now I'm doing it with a ring spanner in an attempt to get the cradle out. Look at the dust coming off of this, it's disgusting, man. But it's working, so that's good. But yeah, I'm trying to take this housing off so I can get this light out and suss that it's going to work with the new headlight, even though I have to return the other one. So that's where I'm at the minute. I've got all the suspension components laid out for each side of the car, same on the other side. Hopefully it'll be a relatively quick process. We might even get to the extractors tonight. I'll see how I go. Okay, so one headlight out, remove the old one, and it's basically supposed to be plug and play for the new ones.
Let us demonstrate. Please switch on the lights.
That's the new one. So when the light is on...
Ah, I'm blinded.
He's blinded by the no light. But the other side is working, and when we tested it with the second headlight, same deal. So we've called in the help of Mr. Billings from Loud's Creations. He is the lighting guru in SA, so if he can't fix it, the car needs to go in the bin.
Literally, it's gotta be a boat anchor. Tree spanning.
Currently dropping the second front shocks. We have done this one before, but we have standard height suspension, which doesn't fly around here. And also I did this one and I forgot to put a bearing back in, and now the whole thing has to come out again anyway, so that was the reason behind dropping it and putting the lowered springs in, because it's a frick of a job. So there's 4 bolts underneath that need to come out, and the caliper has to come off, and then this should theoretically drop out of its hole.
I don't know, this is the first time I've ever worked on a car.
Same. We usually ride scooters.
I think I need a 12.
What? You didn't need a 12 on the other side.
Did the whole thing just come off?
Yeah.
Probably will, just gotta give it a bit of force.
Alright, struts out. Spring compressors on. My wife is far too calm because she doesn't know about cars and the danger that she's in right now.
She doesn't know about springs and potential energy, that's her fucking problem.
I'm hiding behind a riot shield, you can't see it. You're insured, right? You have life insurance.
No public liability.
That's a good reason for me to go for a drink.
He's using a fucking hammer as well.
Hey!
If we don't make it big on YouTube, at least I can put your video on that Snuff FX channel.
Snuff X. I'm covering my balls, that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man.
Did something bad happen last time you did this?
I nearly seen someone's head get taken off of these things, man. The springs terrify the fuck out of me.
Were they doing it properly? See, the problem is it doesn't fit.
Look at that. This man is a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, I'm not keen.
You've started now.
Can I take that one off?
You've started. That's the problem.
Do that one. Get me a something.
17, I think it is.
Yeah, you're right. It's a 17. Get me a 17.
This is my other issue. Can't I just keep things tidy? Anyway, we've made some progress.
Nope.
Only if he doesn't aim it that way. Fire!
Everything's an accident.